turf a little there, then Mendes looks for the 1-2, but it might break for Caicedo, who went down over the outstretched legs of Ainse, and Ainse is telling him it was a dive, and that the young man was caught out.
There's a little ball from Edison Mendes, just threaded through, just guided into the path of Caicedo. I think it's about Palacios. He's fortunately, the Manchester City striker, not to pick up a yellow card. Clear attempt to try and win a penalty for his team. It's a much more open game. It's more emphasis on attack from the home team.
An ambitious ball by Palacios, trying to thread it through a couple of players to get it to Riasco. Got there somehow. Hurtado hasn't got many goals in that very long international career, but here's Montero against Zanetti. But Adobe decides just to drive it across, and the crowd's reaction tell you that they're desperate for something from this Ecuador team, something that they haven't really seen yet.
It's better again from Ecuador. Great link-up play with Montero. There was a little gap there in the far post for Adobe to attempt the driven finish. It's a good sign again, the fullbacks are pushing forward. Sweaty's obviously spoke to his players at half-time for the need for them to show more confidence, more belief. They're doing exactly that. I just wonder whether Argentina are going to rue those missed chances, the like Gargo, the two in the first half. As I say, I think as Ecuador do pile forward, put extra players into attack, I think the chances are going to be there for Argentina, with the likes of Tevez and Messi on the counter-attack. It's so important they really concentrate on defence and keep a good shape.
Mendes careless in possession. Luckily for him, Hurtado was alive to it. Now Espinosa. He's 32, relatively late on in his career to be looking to make a move to the Premier League. This is Valencia, just 23. Already made a big impact in England. Big success with Wigan, and here he is again, Valencia. Again the cross is overhit, again it comes through to Montero. And Montero against Zanetti, who times his tackle perfectly.
You can see the attraction of the players from Ecuador in terms of the Premier League. Their attributes are they're physical, they're aggressive, they're powerful, they're quick.
Mendes, it was teasing, it was De Michelis who cleared. Riasco. But again, comfortable in possession, the Ecuador midfield players. Ayobi to Palacios, edge of the penalty area, he turns and says he was clipped by De Michelis. Well, there wasn't much contact. Have a look at it again. The game goes on though, with Montero miscontrols. Ecuador on top in this spell. Edison Mendes, the latest, have a run at Zanetti. Just takes up the position. Javier Zanetti. Here's the penalty appeal.
It's barely a touch from De Michelis as Palacios trying to provide the sharp turn in the 18-yard box. Certainly not enough there to warrant the penalty decision for me. But just the sheer fact they've got two strikers in the box now, every opportunity, causing the Argentina back four more problems. De Michelis and Otamendi certainly having to earn their money now.
Caicedo to Castillo. Gets himself a shooting room, and he hit it well enough, didn't he? And Andujar has been forced into making a save now.
Yes, he's certainly been called into action in the second half. Hitting the target.
Whether Argentina's players are just struggling a little bit. The altitude is a factor, 2,800 metres or so above sea level, where the air is thinner and oxygen is harder to come by. It does take its toll. Top athletes come and train at conditions like these, because it does have a long-term health benefit. The trouble short-term is that you just can't get your breath. Your body just can't work as effectively as it does when you're not used to it. This is Ayovi. And Ayovi again, inviting the shot. Oh, and what a shot! What a magnificent strike! And Argentina have fallen behind to a wonder goal.
You'd have to say it has been coming, John. Ayovi had a dress rehearsal about 10 minutes ago. Was in a position, he drove it towards the far post and it just went wide. On this occasion he makes no mistake. It's a scrappy goal, it's a scrappy build-up. But when it falls kindly to Ayovi, he sets himself up. And great technique, great execution, and fantastic power. Picks out the top corner, drills it into the far post. Here we see it's not the most beautiful of goals, it's a scrappy setup. And eventually it falls to Ayovi. Look at the time and space he's got. And he drills that right into the top corner. And no chance whatsoever for Andujar, but it has been coming.
And it came when Zanetti hit the ball against the back of Maxi Rodriguez, didn't it? And that's when it fell to Ayovi, who makes no mistake at all. It's his 5th international goal. Experienced player. Played a big part for Ecuador in these World Cup qualifiers. A campaign that they started very poorly, but they've come back strongly since then. And Argentina come back here. They need to, otherwise it's going to be a very worrying and troubled summer for Maradona and co.
You could easily justifiably say that Argentina should have at least 3 goals ahead. Keep missing chance after chance. You just know that there's a possibility that Ecuador can fire on him from distance into the top corner.
Chance for Argentina then with a set piece. They haven't created too much in the second half. Gango had the good chance. Here's Mendes though, looking to cement the lead for Ecuador. A little hurried though by the PSV Eindhoven midfielder. Now can Argentina provide the mental change of gear, get themselves flying in an attacking context? Here's Gutierrez. Tries to release Borgesio. Might be regretting not bringing on Milito. Still got options of changes though, Maradona. Mendes to Caicedo. To Palacios. Their tails are high now, Ecuador. Terrible ball by Palacios. Last time these two teams met in Quito, Ecuador came away the winners. Agustin Delgado, briefly of Southampton, the goal scorer on that occasion. Historically, of course, Argentina have a huge advantage over Ecuador, but more recently in Quito they've struggled. As Ecuador have got stronger and stronger. Well, there is the response. It's going to be Veron. It's going to be a yellow card, first of all, from the referee for Valencia.